What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. So first things first, before we go ahead and get started, thank y'all for clicking on today's video. Thank you, God, for giving us another day, another opportunity. And man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody who is tuning in for the very first time, man, go ahead and turn on post notifications, hit that like button, and man, go ahead and comment down below. Where are you tuning in from, watching, and joining, as well as the Rich Gang family? And man, if this is your first time watching a video of mine, I just want to go ahead and say welcome through. I'm going to go ahead and just let y'all know I am uploading every single day. And as y'all can see by the looks of the title and the screen, today I am bringing y'all a legit mini KD build. This build's going to be called, and the first ever version of it, Sharpshooting Facilitator build with post scoring takeover. So what you want to go ahead and do to get started out with making this build, we have got to go ahead and put it under the small forward position. Now, once we go ahead and get into the breakdown of everything else, as for the pie chart, I'm going to go with the one split with the shooting as well as the finishing. But if you want to go about this any other way than what I'm showing y'all, I'm telling you, the only reason why I'm bringing y'all this build how I am today is because this is easily one of the most rare and unique sharpshooting facilitator builds and small forward builds in all of 2K, especially coming up for Season 7. I know a lot of y'all have been making rebirth builds, so this is definitely one that I feel like everyone is going to be enjoying as long as you grind this build out to 99 and also make it the way that I'm bringing it to y'all today. But as you can see, when it comes down to the physicals, I did pick the one with a 76 speed, 72 acceleration, and an 84 vertical. Now that's going to be pretty much what we're going to be looking like all around right here for the physical end. Once we go ahead and get into the breakdown of the actual attributes, all y'all need to do is just be sure to follow along step by step with what I'm bringing y'all, and I promise you everything else is going to fall into place in your favor. So as you can see, we're going to go ahead and get started out with the finishing end. For my liking, I'm going to bring up the close shot to a 93, driving layup 75, driving dunk the same exact thing. Then when it comes down to the standing dunk, I'm going to go with the 65 as well as a post hook of 85. And that's going to bring us up to a total of 18 finishing badges. Once it comes down to the shooting, I'm going to max out the mid-range shot, three-pointer, free throw with a post fade of 92. And that's going to bring us up to a total of 26 badges. Now, once we go ahead and take a look at what we're going to be looking like for the playmaking end, I'm going to max out every single area of this build. That's going to bring us up to a total of 17 playmaking badges. And right here, with the remaining attributes, I did go with the 45 interior defense, maxed out my perimeter defense as well as the lateral quickness, and something to really consider about this build before going forward. Now obviously we are only able for this exact version of this build to unlock one defensive badge. The only reason why I did decide to go about making this build how I did is because consider the extra badge points that we were able to unlock from each season previously before Season 7. So now we have the potential to have at least 5+ extra badge upgrades, which we would be able to throw into the defensive end on this build. So essentially you're going to have anywhere from around 5 to 7 badges if you made this build exactly how I brought it to y'all. But now when it comes down to the main physicals for the height on this build, I know KD is normally, we would go with around 6'10", 6'11", but to make a mini version of KD, I'm going to go ahead and put the height at 6'6", just so that way we are still able to get pro dribble moves. As for the weight, I'm going to go with 181. If you go anything higher, you can honestly change up the physicals, or if you want to, you could even go with 182. That's going to be perfect as well. And then finally, for the wingspan, as you can see, 81.6 or 80.7. In my opinion, I'm going to go with 80.7 because I do want to maintain that 76 ball handle in order to unlock the pro dribble moves once getting this build to 99. And remember, we are also still able to get the potential to get that post scoring takeover if you followed along so far. And I'm telling you, that is what's going to make this build that much more unique and even able to play like Kevin Durant. Now, if you are looking for just a unique and all-around build, which is going to be rare with how it plays, this is definitely the build that you want to use for Season 7. And if you did make it this far into the video, man, we are already about to be more than halfway through, and some of y'all who are still watching have not hit that like button. So man, if we can go ahead and get at least 50 likes on this video, I would appreciate that. But as you can see, we do get the post scoring takeover, sharpshooting, slashing, and the shot creating to break ankles. Now, basing it off of my own preference, I would have to say the post scoring is what's really going to make this build that much more unique. Otherwise, if you do go with the slashing takeover, pretty solid as well. I would personally not pick the sharpshooting or the shot creating just because honestly it's going to give away what this build is going to be able to do. But as you can see, I'm going to go with the post scoring, and as y'all can see, together we have created the sharpshooting facilitator build, aka the post scoring sharpshooting facilitator. Now, we got a few extra things that we need to look at before completing this build out. I want to be sure what this build is going to be looking like once we do get to 99 overall, and on top of all that, however, I want to be sure that we are also going to be able to put on the best possible badge setups when it comes down to the breakdown of the badges. So first, let's go ahead and take a quick look. What are we going to be looking like once we grind out this build, add boost to it, then also consider running with teammates that do have floor general and defensive leader both on Hall of Fame, and even on top of all that, consider adding in your boost from your takeover when activated, y'all. Really gonna change up how we look at this build, especially with the +4 that we get from hitting 99 overall on our main stats as well as towards our physicals. Then we still got the gym rat badge to think about as well. So essentially, for the physicals, we're going to have close to a 90 speed, pretty much an 80 plus acceleration, 90 plus vertical, and then finally for the shooting. With shooting boost and hitting 99 on this build, running with teammates that are going to have floor general, we're going to be able to get a 99 mid-range shot and also a three-pointer. I'm telling you, even with the defensive end, some of these stats are going to go up into the high 80s, and consider the extra badge points that we are able to unlock from each season. So, as we go along, if you are a grinder of each season, y'all, the builds are only going to continue to get even better with more badges. But as you can see, if we were to have 5 or 6 badges on the defensive end, you can even go with Silver Intimidator, Clamps, as well as Rim Protector. Chase Down Artist is another really solid badge to go with, but for me, if you only have one badge for this build, I'm going to go with Intimidator on Bronze. Let's go ahead and get into the playmaking now. So we got a total of 17 badges to work with, and honestly, the fact that we're going to be able to get gold tier for all of these badges, in my opinion, makes it that much more better. So to start out, I would highly recommend going with Handles for Days on gold, and then from here, I'm also going to add in Hyperdrive. Now, we have 11 more remaining badges. Basing this all off of my own preference, I'm going to go with Triple Threat Juke as well as Quick Chain. These are going to be 2 solid badges to work with as well as with each other. Then with the last 5, basing this off of what I feel like is going to be best, I would say Quick First Step on gold is going to be an essential badge. As for the final 2, normally, I would go with at least Bronze, Bailout, as well as Unpluckable, but I'm going to double up on Silver Unpluckable, and then for my liking, that's going to be a perfect setup as for how I want to go about making this build. Let's go ahead and move on to the finishing. 18 total badges right here. So when it comes down to it, one slept on badge that I really feel like not a lot of people are using is going to be Fearless Finisher. Now what that does, it really gives you some nice contact finishing layups, and honestly, I have to go ahead and be real with y'all. I run that badge on Bronze on my main build on current gen, and I'm telling you, the animations that I get out of it are super overpowered only for having it on Bronze tier, so I can only imagine what we're going to have it on gold is going to be like. So from there, I'm going to go with Limitless Takeoff, Gold Posterizer, Slithery Finisher, as well as possibly Giant Slayer, and then of course you want to go with Back Down Punisher. Now the only reason why I am throwing on a few post-scoring badges is because I really want to be able to work and use that post-scoring takeover that I did decide to run with on this build. Then from here, on the shooting end, this is actually what's really going to give us a huge boost to our post-scoring stats. Now, I'm going to start it off with Hot Zone Hunter on Hall of Fame. That is the most essential badge. From there, I really like Fate Ace, and if you want to change it up, you definitely can do so. But then from here also, I feel like Deadeye on Hall of Fame is going to be another essential badge that you would want to run. Now, I'm going to go with silver, green machine, then from there, bronze volume shooter. We have 11 more badges, so also I'm going to throw on sniper and Hall of Fame. 7 remaining from here, so this should all be based off of what you feel comfortable with. For my liking, I'm going to go with corner specialist, bronze blinders, and then finally, for the last 4, you can really change this up based off of your own preference, but for my liking, I would have to say, I would go with either circus 3s, chef, difficult shots, mismatch expert, or lucky number 7. Now, whichever badge you decide to go with last, make sure you feel most comfortable with it. Now let's go ahead and check out the total badge count. 18 for the finishing, 26 shooting, 17 playmaking, and 1 defensive. And man, that is pretty much it for this build. Again, if you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate y'all and I love y'all. And man, before we get out of here, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Go ahead and turn on post notifications because I'm uploading every single day. Be sure to hit that like button. Can we go ahead and get at least 50 likes on this video? I know that we can do it. Shout out to y'all. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day with your families, man. And with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.